Hello everybody, welcome to IRPAS. We have Canadian Tire Motorsport Park today. The engines are about to roar to life. If you are just now tuning in, man, welcome in Stam Studio Network. This is the one, the only Sean Stam up in the booth. Today we are going to see pros and AMs, yes AMs, go at it at the same time on the same track. So fasten your seatbelts for one of the most thrilling GT3 battles that you might ever see within this iRacing universe. And look at our starting grid. Looks like we got Lucas again up on the pole. Matter of fact, won last week, that yellow Red Bull BMW. Jeremy Littleton, P2. Shane got Alexander up there, P3 and 4. Kevin Schmidtke, P6. James Francone, P5. And then John Jennings, P7. Matthew, P8 in his AM. Looks like we're going to have a whole pace lap as we see that pace car out on the track. Lights are out, so only one lap around the speedway. Take a look at the race info for you today. See, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, we got about 2.5 mile track. That's about 4 kilometers. This place opened back in 1961. This is a fixed setup for our drivers today. Dan put an orange flag within turns 1 and 2. If you're new within IRPAS, that just means, man, take it easy. Give your buddies next to you just a little bit more room than you normally would. Very, very slow turn 5. Only 10 turns in the track total. 1 fast repair for our drivers today. 45% fuel window, and man, Dan caught me off guard with this one. 8 incident limit count. Keep that in mind if you see one of your favorites maybe kind of fall off the track, as incidents are going to rack themselves up just a little bit here today. It's very hard to keep all 4 tires on the track at the same, especially when you're trying to push as hard as we're going to see some of these drivers push here today. Taking a look at the quiet track before it becomes a playground for our drivers today, especially Lucas up here. I mentioned it. He won last, well, it was 2 weeks ago. Jeremy finished P2, and then James finished P3 in that pro class. Kevin finishing P1 in AM in our last race. Kylan P2, Samuel C P3. Alrighty, folks, you see the elevation change already. This is a great group of racers that we have here today. Very, very respectable racing between everybody that we've seen this season 3 so far for IRPAS. International ProAM Racer Series about to kick it off. Shane Wells, James Francone, Kevin Schmidtke. Speaking of international, man, drivers representing from all out today. We got Kevin up north, man. I think mentioned a home track. Raul Palarico and Lucas Haller as well, not from North America. Shane Wells as well. Going to hop on board with, looks like we got Samuel Cruz and Gene Kelly today. Going to hop on board with them for the start of this race. Got Samuel Cruz there at the bottom using his iPhone camera. Looks like these drivers are out and away. So far, so clean of a start through so orange zones, turns 1, 2, 3, already getting single file towards the front of the field. And Matthew Sherwood here going to have to just let tires, brakes, mental state all get up to temperature. As you see the elevation change still. Heading up through turns 5, 6 now, or coming into turn 5, excuse me. Slowest portion of the track heading up the hill. Jeremy Littleton took that lead away from Lucas on the start. Lucas loves his BMWs, running P2, and then Alexander right there behind. Things getting a little bit more single file throughout the pack now as we look towards the back. Got Samuel Cruz gained 2 spots, and then Raul and Gene both losing a spot since the start of the race. Just trying to hang on, keep this thing a little bit easy. A long way to go, 30-minute race here today. See, we're on board with Shane Wells now. Ooh, that could have been one of the 8 off tracks that these are given to these drivers. Going to have to keep an eye. Just who runs off track and where. Kind of keep a tally of that in the back of your mind, because some of these drivers that we've seen be the fastest of our series so far could very well penalize themselves out of the race. Nice pace for Jeremy Littleton. Actually, heard in the pre-race he's been to this track, home track. Matter of fact, driven on the track as well. That present quite a bit of experience. Looking back at John Jennings now, right on the back bumper of James Francone. Both of our Aussie buddies having a great run so far up in Canada. Raul Palarico and Gene Kelly still going at it back here. It's a battle for 11th, but man, so much pace here today. Kind of hard to get around the battle up for 10th, 9th between Dan Fendick, Samuel Cruz. Also Matthew Sherwood up there running P8 at the moment. Great run for him. Check, here comes a run. Tried to look out the outside, but thought better of it. Just going to slot back into place here. Oh, there's the pass on the number 6. The pass Samuel Cruz, Raul Palarico up to P10. Jeremy Littleton, wow, what pace we've seen from him so far. And then don't look now. Alexander right on the back bumper of Lucas. It's a Corvette we got running up here. Man, he got his passport out and ready. Got that North American, or American GT3 up and into Canada, running P3, trying to take P2. Man, I think he's faster than Lucas at the moment. Hop on board with Lucas now. This is heading down into turn 1. Man, check out the elevation changes here. We heard from Jeremy in pre-race, iRacing not really doing... Oh, as we are on board with him, he's going to go for a spin. Alexander, no damage, but man, going to lose all of the track position that he had. We're riding on board. A unfortunate broadcaster's curse maybe for him. We'll take a look, see what happens if maybe he just ran a little wide and got some tires into some grass, or just what happened. Take a look here. Oh man, just got deep into the corner. Too much speed. Back end's gonna go around, but yeah, no damage. Nice to see. Dan Fendy really trying to hold off. Gene Kelly, Samuel Cruz behind him. I mean, check out this battle. Dan's also trying to make the move on Matthew Sherwood as we go down the back stretch. Ooh, is that Gene getting a run on Dan? It is in his red 778 Porsche GT3. We'll hop on board with Gene now. Really nice battling going on in this Pro-Am class. Looks like we got Shane Wells going off track. We'll take a look, see what happens at that incident. The 99 heading up the hill, just a bit wide. Thankfully no damage for him, but you see, attract those marbles to all of his tires, going to lose grip for quite possibly the next lap, even 2. Back on board with Gene, looking at the back bumper of the 327 of Dan. huge slipstream train going on between just Matthew and everybody back to about Raul. Huge train. Look at this. Make sure you got your ticket. This train's going to leave the station soon as we get some do-wide battles towards the back of the pack. There's some side-by-side. And the last turns on this track present a little bit of issues. You see the 13 gets ran wide from the 6. However, leaving all the room between the two. Again, going to have to keep track of that incident count as we see grass being thrown up in front of our cameraman. Get your goggles, sunglasses out. 99 Shane Wells up to P4 after running off the track. Jeremy Littleton, a newer car within iRacing at Acura, making it work, putting down 1:16.1. However, Lucas, last lap by, putting down a 16 flat. And we can take a look at the pit strategy between these two, or excuse me, the lap time between these two drivers. See it there. The car may be just coming to Lucas just a little bit. Lucas could have a longer run car, as we have seen that play place in these IRPAS races before. We'll see this lap by. Yes, Lucas faster again. And hang on, folks. We're only 8 minutes in this 30-minute race, but tighten those seat belts, because this, you could see Lucas come back from 2.5 second gap, close it down, and quite possibly take the lead. John Hicks, little bit of an incident. Ooh, that's probably our trouble corner right there. We've seen twice now a car just lose the back end. You see John Hicks out of Operation Motorsport able to reverse it, get it going. Looking at that relative, make sure nobody is coming around the corner. But Gene Kelly around. Man, what's going on with the track state? Or is it raining in one corner? Man, Gene Kelly around. Oh, this is in that battle. The train battle for about 6 and beyond. Ooh, get some contact from the BMW hard into the barrier. Take another look at there. Brought to you by Stam Studio Network. Just deep into the corner, car's not rotating as he thought it would, and then here comes the contact from the 6, just trying to get back on the track. Bink! And that's all it takes to send that Porsche round into the tire barriers. James Francone, really nice run for him. But look now, we got Shane Wells right in James' tailpipes, and then John Jennings. So Shane able to separate the two Aussies that we have today, but looks like he's got the pace to try and make it around James. And James, such a respectable racer, gonna be hard to pass him. He's got the pace here today up in Canada. Jeremy Littleton able to increase his gap now to just about, well, I was showing 6 seconds there for a second, but still only 2.4. Now 2.5 over Lucas. Maybe he's tightened it down, maybe listening live into the broadcast. He's Jeremy saying, oh, maybe I should pick it up a little bit, but that's so hard to do because of the 8 off-track incidents that we have. If you're new to iRacing, going for a spin, shoot, that's already 2 incidents. You dip your tires off track of the racing line, that's 1 incident. And then contact with another car is most of the time often than not 4 incidents. James Francone doing a really nice job holding off Shane Wells. And then, man, if you're John Jennings, just looking up at these guys like, okay, Shane's about to get my buddy's back bumper, and then hopefully no contact, but if there is, got to be ready for it as we ride on board with John now. Reflexes hopefully ready for something to happen. I know it's early there in the morning in Australia at the moment. The coffee going. Oh, that's a screenshot. Camera guys, get your cameras ready because we got two Fendi cars side by side heading up the mountain into turn 10. I'm a little bit new with Canadian Tire. Yep, so that was turn 9 heading back up into turn 10 now. I've used to remember when NASCAR used to run here, but matter of fact, just bought the track for myself just today, so still learning it just a little bit, but man, sticking with this battle right now, this is going to come down to maybe a little bit of fuel saving, if you are. If you're just now joining it, there goes a move from Samuel on Dan. Takes the inside. Only 45% fuel with us today, and I've heard from Dan himself. He said, well, quite frankly, I don't know if we're going to have a stop today, so I guess we will see, but man, this battle for P3 continuing to heat up. Shane able to stay right there, the back of James. That was interesting. If you saw the brake lights there, it looks like James only really less brake input compared to Shane. Shane trail braking maybe just a little bit more, but it looks like he's able to get the run off. Check it out. Maybe there this lap to make the pass. See both the different racing lines going to work. Shane using just a little bit more of an entry and then able to get right there on James. I mean, I keep saying right there. He just keeps getting closer and closer. Trying to maybe play with him there. Thought about making a move. Whoa! Slowed way down there. We have maybe a problem with Shane. Maybe just taking a slow down if he went off track. Not showing Shane went off track though, but when you saw it, that gap really formed pretty quick. All right, almost halfway to go. Jeremy, you got this, man. Quite possibly even some fuel saving if needed. These drivers have it available in their black box, if they can make it or not at this point. So maybe we hop on board with Lucas here, see if, well, okay, that wouldn't be fair. He's probably trying to chase down our leader, Jeremy. Car looks a bit more connected to the track compared to last IRPAS race 2 weeks ago, Mount Panorama. A little bit of misshift there out of Lucas. I wonder what was going on there. Maybe just running up into the rev limiter. We go through the field now. Got Jeremy Littleton, Lucas, just talked about him. James Francone, can't mention enough. We're having a really nice run today. Leading this kind of, we can call it a pack of 4 cars. Another little train headed down the back stretch. There is some slipstream for these GT3 cars, but not like what it used to be, man. 2 or 3 seasons ago, that slipstream used to be almost NASCAR-like. Shane, John, able to keep up within this little scraggle, headed down into turn 1 now. Gonna have to be careful not to overdrive these cars. Seen 2 or 3 cars, those back ends get looped around. But man, I'd like to shout out the viewers today. Maybe ask, besides Jeremy, as we look at the battle for P3, that's what I'll ask. Who wins P3 today? We got James Francone still leading it, able to hold off Shane for the moment. And then John Jennings, Alexander. He has the pace. We saw what happened to him up early in the race. Matter of fact, he's already on the back bumper of John. So, who's your guys' pick to finish P3? Sound you out maybe if you get it right. So I pull up the YouTube chat now. That's the second time we've heard a car kind of stutter like that. Out of these, I don't know if they're just trying to push harder, catch the guys in front of them, or missing shifts, or what's going on there. But let's see what we got in the live chat. Nothing yet. All right, come on. Man, it's in Vegas, so I'm not really gambling, but yeah, I'd like to see some picks. I'll just give you mine. I think Alexander is going to make it past John, Shane, and possibly even James. These are my picks to get up top 3. So we're going to take a look, see what happens to Kevin Schmidtke. Bright orange. Really familiar colors of what we've seen on James, that SVT. Problem, trouble, corner again. Back end says bye-bye. Look at the Shelby logo. That is such a badass paint scheme. 71. It's going to drop him down to 11th. Is he in the pits now? Yeah. Take a look at this. So, didn't see any damage coming out of Kevin's orange, bright orange Ford Mustang GT3. So, that could be one of the pit stops already taking place. As we were taking a look at James's incident, we missed a pass Alexander made. Gonna try and size up the 17 of John Jennings. Does he make it on the outside? Look at that! What a move! Oh, John maybe showing a little displeasure there, but man, Alex saying I got to goes, man. What a move on the outside. This has got to be playing such a mental toll on James. I mean, sure, having one car, one set of headlights in your rear view mirror, and mind you, take a look at the mirror. It's off right now in the replay, or in the broadcast, but man, I assure you, James can see every little bit of what's going on behind him, and that's where I'm separated between road racers. Myself coming from oval. How does this not get you looking in your mirror and screwing up your line? I mean, I do it every time, it seems. As I see a little dive bomb start to present itself, I give him the go-ahead. Just, all right, going by. But man, we're going to get too wide heading down into turn 1. Hang on, this could get a little ugly. Man, this is Fendi. So much respect between all of these drivers here today, not to mention Shane and Alex, still going at it into trouble corner. A little bit of contact, probably a double X, or excuse me, a 0X between the two drivers. Some flashing going on from Alex, though not too happy. Oh, here comes a little bit of a run for Alex. Shane possibly overdriving it just a little bit in that corner, as we're going to see Alex close that gap down the backstretch. Going to see maybe too wide. I thought he was going to try and size him up. Take a look at our aerial cams. Stam Studio Network blimp cam. Nice work, Alex, making it work down the inside. My money's on him to finish P3, man. Just one more spot. Get that payout from the, what do you call that? I guess just casino. I forget the who you go to. The teller? Shoot. Gambling still, for some reason, illegal down here in Texas. But make it happen. Make some motorsports bets happen. Get your Daytona 500 picks in. What am I saying? This is IRPAS. Daytona 24-hour race going on at the moment, and holy smokes, man, that BMW in first place, the GTP, in a whole different zip code of their own. Very, very reminiscent of our own Jeremy Littleton, man. 5-second gap on Lucas. This 3,500 I rating going to work for Jeremy. $2,700, Lucas. And see, that's a bright paint scheme. If I'm up in the spotter stand, that's one that I would want to see. Man, I'd tell you, okay, quarter, door, clear. Again, I start talking about oval stuff, but the real Daytona 24-hour this weekend, it's always nice kind of having a mix between the two worlds. Got the infield road course Daytona, then of course going up on the big high banks of NASCAR oval. And I'm sure some of you drivers competed in the iRacing Daytona 24-hour. Congratulations, no matter how you did. It's just a feat on its own of finishing the damn thing. So I'm sure you're tired of hearing about Daytona, quite possibly not even watching it this weekend, but some really good racing going on in the 24 hours, just as we've seen in this IRPAS race today. 22 minutes out of 30. Coming to 7 to go. 7 minutes. But John Hicks. What's going on here? Kind of misses the line a little bit, but not running into the marbles. Oh, there goes that back end once again. Able to save it. Holds the brakes. Again, no contact. Whoa! Gets right out of the way for the cars coming by there. That black BMW, Matthew Sherwood, I believe that was. All right, starting to get down to the nitty-gritty now. Alex still on James Francone's back bumper. Haven't seen a fuel stop yet. Will we see a fuel stop yet? Or was Kevin's move just a little bit of a... Oh, here we go. Samuel Cruz, matter of fact. Right as I start talking about it. I'm going to make his way into the pits. Looking at Gene Kelly, Samuel Cruz at the moment right now. Our live driver cams. Can take a look at Gene Kelly. So there he is in his red and black Porsche. That's 778, man. What a nice paint scheme on his car. You see him kind of try and tackle the elevation, or just as much as he can here. See, running P11, the LED quarter panels. Really, really nice run for Gene. In our AM class, and then see John Hicks right there behind in the 308. But let's stick on Gene here for a moment. Maybe give you an onboard shot. Compare it to that live shot that you see of him down at the bottom of your screen there. Appreciate Gene and Samuel for letting us do that. I mean, that's too cool. Something new going with Stam Studio Network. Just trying to get a little bit more character in the broadcast. Coming already to minute 25 of the race. Apologies for having the... Oh, here we go. All right. This is what's going to determine everything right here. We have both of the leaders. Matter of fact, all three leaders into the pits. I really, really love that Dan puts a pit stop into the race. Matter of fact, Cup versus Cup, going to immediately follow. I also, I follow Dan's footsteps in that, in which I forced a fuel stop as well. If you're new, Porsche Cup versus NAS Cup, please come check that out, or just race it with us yourselves. It goes live in just about 30 minutes time now. at Phoenix Oval, our one oval race of the season. But if you think you got what it takes in that Porsche, take it to the NASCAR, guys. Get with me. I'll get you the league code. But this is going to where things cycle out. We got Matthew Sherwood into the pits. John Jennings now in the lead of the race, still followed by Shane. However, these two drivers are still going to have to come into the pits. Jeremy Littleton, P3. Lucas able to close that gap within the pit cycle strategy just a little bit. Not enough to really make too much of a difference. Only gained just about of a second. Here comes these two drivers into the pits now. That's what I mean. That's how you're able to make up time in these pit stops, not only with how much fuel you take and you're able to save earlier on in the race, but they're going into the pit speed limit. You can really force the issue, try and get back on that back bumper of John. And this is going to be interesting to see where these two cycle out between each other because, well, right as I was saying it, they were so close on track, but looks like John able to take just a little bit less fuel than Shane. And now look at Dan going to separate these two. For P5. That's a leading AM at the moment. Well done, Dan. But I believe Dan still at the pit stop. Coming just 2 minutes to go. 1 minute 15 lap times. So that's going to determine when the the white flag is displayed. Over the top three, still, well, no real change after the cycle out from the pit stops. Alex, what a run to get back up to P3. You have to mention that in his interview. He's really lucky just to get away from that with quite frankly no damage there early in the race. If you're just now joining us, I'll get you a replay of what happened to Alex early on. He was running P3 right here at the start, and take a look at this. Thing just goes around on him, but look, able to keep it out of the wall. That's what saved his ass right there. Able to get back up to P3. Dan Finnick now into the pits as we speak. So going to drop from leading AM to 4th or 5th in class, will Dan. Jeremy Littleton, man, what a run for you, man. This has been super impressive. I heard him talk about it in pre-race, home track, even been out here on the real track, raced around it. But man, knowing that Lucas had so much pace 2 weekends ago in Mount Panorama, I kind of but thought Lucas would be up here, but I should have listened to Jeremy a little bit more, put my money on him. So we see him. Cummings should take the white flag this time by until, well, okay, yeah, 10 turns until Jeremy makes it official. Lucas coming by now. Alexander still 7 seconds back behind Lucas and the John Jennings. Looks like just now getting passed by Shane on track. Oh, that's because John Jennings into the pits. He tried to gamble it on fuel, tried to make it work, long strategy. Unfortunately, not going to work. We'll lose quite a few spots there. Now here's two drivers in the same class. Devin, combine the two names. Dan and Kevin, these drivers both running an AM. Take the white flag this time by, so we might have to keep a battle on this. If you're Kevin, man, you're looking at the leader of the league right here, or the owner of the league, excuse me. Really don't want to, that's kind of scary, look, trying to make a pass on that, but man, Jeremy Littleton coming around turns 9 and 10 now, going to make it official. Jeremy conquered the home track, Canadian Tire. Congratulations, man. Track is yours. Driver the 619, Littleton, P1. Holler Going to finish out. Yep, there he goes. P2. Alexander. See, they're right there behind Lucas, P3, and then Shane Wells. What pace for AM driver today? Going to take away AM winner. Shane Wells, 99 P1. AM James Francone. At number 11, John Jennings, the two Aussies finishing P6, P5, P6. Samuel Cruz, P7. And then this battle, okay, now it's going to be over. Dan Fendi, Kevin Schmidtke, P8, P9. Matthew Sherwood, see right there behind him, was closing that gap down, going to finish out P10. Gene Kelly, P11. And then we have John Hicks, P12. Raul Pelarico already making his way to the pits, P13. Looks like these drivers going to get some screenshots going. I am going to get some driver interviews, and then I got to go hop in the driver's seat. We've got Cup versus Cup coming up on. It's not going to be Stam Studio Network. Going to have Craig from SMB iRacing hop on board, show us some live feeds there from Phoenix. That's practice, not race, excuse me there. But gonna hop, get you some driver interviews. Hang with us here, and we'll be right back.
Kristen.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Dude, congratulations, man. You said it, your home track, and you had the experience. Man, walk us through. What was it like driving that Acura up to P1 and finishing thing P1?
Yeah, the car was just fantastic around here, even on the fixed setup. It was a little twitchy through the S's. That was what I was really concerned about. But yeah, I pretty much had a leg up on everybody today just because of it is my home track. I have driven it in real life, so I know what to look for.
Man, congratulations to you. I know how special that is winning there at your home track. And I wanted to ask about the elevation change. You think the sim portrays it enough, or do you need a little help? Or
It portrays it. What you don't feel it is in your gut. When you're undulating on the actual track, it's like an elevator. You feel yourself coming out of the seat and getting back into the seat, coming out of the seat and back into the seat. It's exactly what it looks like. It's a roller coaster.
Man, that's the one thing that we're missing out on with iRacing. But congrats again. Lucas, are you still here in voice? I don't think so. Okay, Alexander.
Yep, I'm here.
Oh man, okay. We took a look at it just a couple laps ago. We'll take another look here as I'm chatting with you about it. Congratulations driving up to P3. Man, how did you do it, and what happened on that lap 1, lap 2 spin?
I mean, the Corvette is a bit shaky. It normally takes quite a few laps more than the other GT3s to like get the tire pressure and the tire temperatures up to speed. But yeah, so I just lost it going too aggressive on the downshifts and just oversteering.
Man,
So,
that was like our trouble corner too, because we saw that quite a bit from quite a few cars, and yeah, that back end just seemed to want to really loop around on them.
yeah, definitely. But I came back to where I started and got the fastest lap, so I guess that's an okay drive.
Yeah, man, congratulations. It was fun watching you kind of make your way up through the pack and do it cleanly too. That's always fun to watch.
Yep, thank you.
Then our AM winner, man, we got Shane. We got Shane in the chat. Oh, don't tell me AM winner's gone. Oh, he's deafened.
He's
Okay.
muted.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to Shane for winning AM. That was really cool. And is James Francone in? Is he pro or AM?
He's pro.
Okay. Well, James, I'll give you a shout out there as well as John. Man, congratulations, you two running And nose to tail, P5,
Thanks, mate.
P6.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good heated battle. Liked it.
Well, what's the elevation change like compared to, like, say, Mount Panorama where we were at 2 weeks ago? Is it?
It's interesting. I do feel elevation. I'm in VR when I race, so I find that this track's fantastic. It's like a joyride. It's like a roller coaster. And I think the undulations are very quick around this one. Yeah, it's great to dip it when you come down the mountain. That feels good. But yeah, this is a nice, quick, flowing track. It's really fun to drive.
Definitely so. If you are newer with iRacing, be sure to get yourself a subscription and get yourself this track. Get on here. Super fun to watch these guys try and conquer this thing today. Be sure to join us for Cup versus Cup coming up at our one oval track of the season, Phoenix. Just a quick 20-minute race going live here in 20 minutes from now. So thanks. Congratulations to everybody who competed today, and I'll see you next weekend.